What's happening, man? It's another beautiful day in the Philippines. Oh my God, look at the sunset. Look at that, man. Ooh, that's bright. That's bright. That's right. Beautiful, beautiful day. See if I can capture these boats here. Let me get a little bit of the glare on. Oh, look at that, man. Homeboys is out there fishing today. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful day. Today is the day. Let the G-Man get over here. I'm gonna get set up. Sit on my balcony out here. See if I can fall off. A little ways down there. Anyway, just want to say hey, good morning everybody out. Let everybody know that everything is still jamming here. I'm loving every minute of it. Just like Loverboy said, loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Yep, just talked to my buddy in Arizona. He is stagnating there. He says everything is crazy in the U.S., but everything is rolling here. Wanted to do a little bit of video today about house insurance. You know, another one of these information topic deals or whatever. I'll be popping and doing some other things later because they're talking about a typhoon coming through. So anyway, for all you interested out there, you know, you guys that are coming here, and I talk to a lot of expats that come here and they meet a girl and they get married, or they meet a girl and they build them a house, and you know, they state that, you know, I want to leave them something if something happens to me. So I can totally understand that, but one factor a lot of you guys don't think about is there are earthquakes here. There are typhoons here. In fact, we have a typhoon that just slammed through Guam. It is headed above Manila. But you know how these things are. They can turn sustained winds of 187 miles an hour. So it's equivalent to a Category 4. It is considered a super typhoon. So if you have a house here for your little home girl or your wife, you know, that you've built, well, you know, what if something happens and a typhoon comes and destroys it? She is left with basically nothing because she's not going to be able to rebuild. So I wanted to go through a few quick things here. Let me grab my papers real quick because I actually wrote some things down for you guys so you can check on it yourself. Back in the saddle again. I'm back. All right, I got a few notes here. I actually got up at about 2:30 in the morning because this thing hit me like a little brainstorm. You know, that's the way I roll. I wake up in the middle of the night, I get a good idea. I'm like, write it down, you know, da-da-da-da. So anyway, I got to thinking about this. So I actually went online and found a lot of good information about homeowners insurance here. If you do have a mortgage through a bank here, if you decide you want to finance a home for your wife or something, you would definitely have to have it. So that was my first clue that it did exist. So the website that I went to is called GRIT, G-R-I-T, .ph. So that's what you go and do your search, and it'll give you just about everything that I'm getting ready to give you too about the coverage. Actually, here is a list of companies that I wanted you to see. So you can pause your video. You know, guys, this is how I do it when I'm halfway retarded and I realized I hit the record instead of the photo. So you just hit pause, and the number one at the top, that's considered number one here. These are just a few others on that website, and I mean, man, the coverage is just off the hook. Your insurance plans, you can get insured up to between 10 million and 25 million pesos. Balances out to about 200,000 to $500,000, and that's a lot of money here if you put it in a house. But this will cover outbuildings, you know, your property. This actually, you can, in your policy, you can do all these little additional things. So you can do contents, you know, for the inside of your house too as well. So everything that you have, if you have valuables, I mean, they will cover art. They will cover works of art, paintings, you know, anything that you have that you want to bring here from the U.S. It can be covered here in in the Philippines. So your average cost, starting like from basic plans to premium plans, runs you roughly between uh, $15 to, no, excuse me, let's see. So it's 700 pesos to 3,000 pesos. Now, the bigger plans that I've seen where you get up above, like to the 5 million, you're going to be paying between $50 and $100 a year. I believe that's correct. So, like for instance, here's a base price here. So it really didn't give me, you know, whether this is by the month or whether this is by the year, but I'm assuming it's the year. So basic comprehension. Your basic is 760 pesos, which is around $15 a month. So that's what I'm assuming. So, and then your comprehension is also added for 1,700. And then your 5 million down here, that's one of the examples of a policy for the AXA, I believe. It is, that's about $150 a month, comp included with your basic plan. Now, so you're figuring you're going to spend, what is that? So say roughly if you got a $50 plan. $50 plan times 10, that's $500, $600 a year, you know, for your security. And I mean, these things here, let me give you an example because I wrote this down as well. This is what it covers. Okay, fire and lightning. I've never seen a policy in the U.S., you know, that include lightning, you know. But yeah, in case you have fire, earthquake fire, so that's a combination of both. Earthquake aftershocks, it even covers that. Typhoon and flood insurance, subject to underwriting evaluation and approval. It even incorporates riots. If you're in a high crime area as far as theft and burglary, bursting of overflow water tanks, pipes, fittings, sprinkler leakage, volcanic eruption. So, you know, it even covers volcano damage, smoke damage, impact of falling aircraft. So yeah, even if you get a freaking airplane that falls out of the freaking sky or some space storage from Elon Musk's damn wannabe Starlink site or whatever crashes and comes out of orbit, you're covered on that as well. Okay, extension cover things. Personal liability, accidental breakage of fixed glass, alternative accommodations. So they will cover if your place is damaged. The insurance covers your accommodations, it covers your food, it covers your travel, everything, you know, so you have a place to stay, you know, in the event that, you know, a typhoon happens or something like this, you know, definitely could. All right, so also firefighting expense, professional fees, outbuildings, personal accident, accidental death, medical reimbursement, and burial expenses. So if, for instance, if you have a maid or something, God forbid, but if something happens and they are hurt or killed, it will cover that the insurance does. Family hospitalization, additional valuable items like arts and paintings and stuff. So that's one part of it. That gives you your cost and it gives you your companies. And then it says here, I'm going to have to film this, let you look at this too, because a lot of this, man, I can't speak some of these words, man. I can't get my big boy words out. So I'm just going to read it off because there are certain areas, it looks like it's 9 here that they will not cover certain insurances. So keep this in mind if you're relocating here to these certain areas. So here they are. You can read my nice printing there. There you go. We'll get it all in there. These are the places not covered, which is like Zulu province, which is in very southern Mindanao. Pasay, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's up in northern Luzon, northern Kabata, So yeah, these are some of the places here that you should definitely keep in mind if you are trying to get insurance there. I never had it before, but I'm probably going to have it now, you know, with these properties and stuff that I'm doing here, because that's my main business is real estate, building and selling. You know, some of your policies will go up if you do have a swimming pool, which mine will have a swimming pool. But I mean, dude, compared to the rates of what you're spending in the U.S., it is just, you'd almost be a fool not to do it. Same thing with your cars. You know, I just want to touch briefly on this. I won't give you any providers or anything because it's real easy to do. Just go search on Google car insurance in the Philippines. Like my truck is fully covered. My car is fully covered. My motorcycles are fully covered for the value of it. You know, so if something happens, man, I'm going to get something in return. So you have that option there too. I think mine was like $50 for the year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure I'm going to get blasted with somebody who's got a cheaper or more expensive policy or some horse shit like that. But, you know, I ain't got time for that bullshit. So anyway, I'm just giving you a lowdown, trying to help those out that are, you know, thinking about doing something different. So anyway, that is a little bit of rundown on insurances. I will be hanging and swinging today and getting off the hook and party wild and stuff like that. I want to get out and do a few more interviews here with some of the locals. I seem to be getting a really good response, especially from like the local girls that are working here and stuff. You know, I don't do all that bikini horse shit and stuff like that. So, you know, just kind of, you know, unless I'm at the beach partying, you know, we'll see what happens, man. Anybody knows, you know, man, you run into those things out here. You can't avoid it, you know, because you are in the Philippines, you know, you are in a place of party, you know, where there is everything. But yeah, I want to touch on everything. I wanted to shoot this video out. I may do 2 or 3 more today because I'm evolving, I'm escalating. I'm overcomplicating. That is the name of the game here, man. You know, hanging and swinging and keep it danging. If anybody knows, you know. And it's one of those days where everything's going to be all right, all right, all right.